Hello, everyone, and welcome into your daily card reading. This is for Wednesday, March 13th, and we're going to be taking a look at what all messages want to come through for you from God, Spirit, the Divine. So, as always, there will be a link in the description box below if you wanted to skip ahead after the general part to take a look at your individual sign grouping. So I'll pull the 3 cards for the collective and then go grouping by grouping. Also, within the next day or so, you'll be able to find the readings for the second half of March. Those will be posting, so make sure to hit the subscribe and notification bell to be alerted as to when your grouping posts. And we will go ahead and jump in and take a look and see what all wants to come through. All right. We've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. We've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Hanged Man in reverse. So the Queen of Swords in reverse, it's a little bit of that like no nonsense energy, but almost kind of from a cruel or like bitter perspective. So, you know, normally like this, it's using her sword to kind of cut through the nonsense to get to the truth, but it's more of a compassionate feeling. When it's in the reverse, it's more of a almost like scathing type of feel to it. Then we have our Ten of Swords in reverse, which is about kind of having this turning point and turning that corner and like learning your lessons and moving on from some of this, whatever this is for you. So with the Hanged Man in reverse, that has a little bit of that energy of kind of stalling out on your decision making. So you have the two of these sort of at war with each other, because the Hanged Man is seeing things from a different perspective, but when it's in reverse, it's like there's just some stagnancy there and not really knowing what direction to go. So it's like there's this energy that wants to push things forward and saying, okay, let's do this, but then it's, you know, kind of this back and forth and back and forth. So there's a little bit of that, I'll call it period of unrest maybe. And we'll take a look and see grouping by grouping and see what all messages want to come through to help clarify that. Also, we are leading up to some of this eclipse energy that's coming up. So there's going to be a lot of energetic pushes going on, and you may end up feeling like you're bouncing back and forth between 2 different energetic places. So with the lunar eclipse that's coming up, it does have that energy of both at the same time. So you have a full moon, and then when the eclipse part comes over it, then you have a new moon. So it's that energy of ending of cycles and releasing of what's not working, but also planting the seeds at the same time for a new experience. So even with that right there, and that's on the 25th, you have both of those sets of energy kind of presenting at the same time. So you might be feeling some of that. But let's start today with our earth signs. And also remember, with this reading, take only what resonates and leave the rest if it really doesn't seem like it's fitting with your situation. Don't try to force it to fit on there. Maybe it's just a message that's intended for somebody else. All right, so let's start with our earth signs and see what wants to come through. So that's going to be our Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's see what messages specifically for you today. The Empress. So this is sitting in that flowing, nurturing, feminine energy. So that's what's wanting to come through. And that's sitting in direct opposition to the energy of the collective that, you know, for the whole collective, there's kind of that, you know, no nonsense, bitter type of energy coming through. But for our earth signs, there's a little bit of a softer, feminine energy about it. You're very close to achieving your goal. So you're getting there. Whatever it is that you've been trying to work towards, trying to find resolution on something, trying to make progress on something, you're getting there. And even though there's all these energetic pressures out there, you know, hold fast to wanting to see that through to completion, and you're getting there. A new door is opening shortly. So this has a feel of you've been wanting to get the strength to walk away from something. You've been wanting to close out some chapter that's causing you angst, that's causing you heartache, that's making you feel like you're not on your highest timeline. And this new door opening shortly that's part of your goal. That's part of what it is that you were wanting to get to. And it looks like energetically that's coming in. So part of it with this Empress energy, and looking at these colors in here, the new door will open, but you have to let it open. So sit in a calmer, more nurturing, flowing type of state, and don't have that, I'll call it this bitter, harsh energy about it, because that will keep the I guess this new door from opening. So remember, you want to be at the vibration of where you want to go, as opposed to waiting for the universe to change your circumstances in order to increase your vibration. You need to increase it first, and then the energy will, then the universe will deliver accordingly. All right, the card that jumped out was Nematona, Sacred Space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So this has this energy of, you want something new, and you really need to reach out and ask Spirit, ask the divine for help, for guidance, for being able to usher in this new phase for you, this new thing, whatever this goal is that you're working towards, so that way you can live more peacefully and in harmony. And then when that starts to pan out, lean into it from a place of love. All right, next onto our water signs. That's going to be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let's see what message comes through for you for today. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is that card about being destined and fated. Something wants to come in. Something wants to help move you along your life path. And let's see what that might be about. Your dreams need a practical plan. So whatever it is that is wanting to come through, and let's see if we can get any clarity there on maybe what is this Wheel of Fortune moment about. Let's see if we can get any clarity. A couple cards. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So, this is also some of this more confrontational type of energy, so with the Queen of Wands in reverse, this is kind of this overbearing, selfish type of energy. And then with your King of Pentacles in reverse, it's a little bit of this financial irresponsibility and like greed. So I'll call it this just kind of edgy energy. I'm trying to think of a better word for it. And something will come to me, but it's a very self-serving type of energy. And it looks like, there is a sense of turning the corner, but then there's also this energy of kind of being stuck there. So let's see if the Oracle cards give us any other guidance as to what to do to move out of that type of energy, because that's low vibe energy. And you have two of your queens in reverse, so it's like your feminine energy is out of whack right now, and it's needing to be righted. Let's see. Don't confuse activity with accomplishment. So that's the whole thing of, just because you're busy, we used to say that at work, don't confuse activity with accomplishment. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're actually doing anything. So it's a matter of taking a step back and saying, okay, what is it that I really want to get towards? Like, where is it that I want to go? And then I need to adjust my behavior and my actions accordingly. And this one, the other card I pulled was zoom out and see what lesson is unfolding. So I think this is almost like this message of you're getting caught in the weeds. You have this energy, this kind of gritty energy right now, because you're getting caught in the weeds. And so you need to be able to take a step back, zoom out and see where is it that you want to go? What lessons, like why is it that you're not moving in that direction? And then put a practical plan in place. Because if you're getting caught up, maybe whatever it is, you want to open your own landscaping business, or you want to quit your job and become an artist full time. If that's what you want to do, but then you just keep getting sucked into more and more projects at work, and okay, fine, I guess nobody else can handle this, I'll take care of it. Your decisions are not in alignment with where you want to go. And so it could be that your lesson is to stand up for yourself and say, no, setting those boundaries of, I'm not the only person on the team that can handle this project. Somebody else can do this one. But, if you have issues with being a people pleaser, maybe that's part of the lesson, is you don't ever want to be seen as the person that says no, but it's really not getting you closer to your dream. It's actually getting you further away. So this is that whole thing of your dreams need a practical plan. And that's also kind of consistent with having this mixed energy of, yes, you're wanting to move on and you're wanting to improve the situation, but then you're kind of getting stuck in this looping energy. So make sure that you see what is it that the lesson, like what lesson is trying to unfold. And just because you're staying busy, you might be doing everything else around, like if you wanted to start your own landscaping business, you're doing all these other things, but you're really not tackling the big one. So you're staying busy and, I've created a website, I've done this, but you haven't talked to the bank about the financing. So you don't even know if you're able to do this because, you're doing all these other things around the outside of it, but you're not actually tackling $1 million question of, can I get approved to do this? If you need to buy equipment, whatever. So, all right, let's take a look at this card. Rhiannon, Sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. And so this is some of that energy of, needing to step back and say, what is it that I want to do? Because if you have too many things going in different directions, you have too much activity, but you're not accomplishing anything, you're not making forward progress. It could be that you're not very clear and intentional about where it is that you want to go, and you need to put a plan around that, like be more specific and more organized and deliberate to say, if this is where I want to go, I can't be, if you're on a road and you're trying to get from here to here, it's like, okay, but I can't be doing all these side quests that take me up here and take me down here and take me this way, because you're not going in the direction you need to go. And this is a destined and fated thing. So with this Wheel of Fortune card, like the universe wants to bring in these blessings and wants to help you see this reality, or, see this dream be birthed into reality, but you need to be more intentional with your approach, and you need to have some more discipline. So that's that fated and destined lesson to learn, is that you need to work on having more discipline. All right, air signs. That is our Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What wants to come in for you today? Oh, I pulled two of them. Temperance and Death. Oh, and I'm trying to remember. So I think for air signs the other day, I had a double card pull, and I think Death was one of them. I'm trying to remember if Temperance was the other one. But this is finding, Temperance is all about finding that balance, finding that equity, that harmony, that, not reacting too much out of, an emotional reaction up or an emotional reaction down. It's kind of like, okay, this is what's happening. I'm going to step back and observe. I'm going to look at it with a Spock mind and not get caught up in the drama one way or the other. And then also with the Death card, it's, that's what it's going to take to be able to end something that is needing to end. So whatever is putting you in this, call it like that kind of bitter, cruel type of energy of, the Queen of Swords in reverse, in order to end that, you need to be able to sit in a more balanced energy and not react so emotionally. Like don't get too high, don't get too low, and just kind of be there. And the Temperance card is going to be what's sitting sort of in the middle of these two cards. So the turning, you have the turning the corner, and then the, you're kind of stuck learning your lessons. Temperance is going to go right in the middle, and it's going to help you to be able to see where you need to go. And this is don't let your past hold you back, South Node. So remember, South Node, that's any of the baggage that you're bringing forward, either from earlier in this lifetime or from past lifetimes. And those are the things that keep you tethered to lower timelines, that keep you tethered to that lower vibrational energy. And so that's the part that needs to die, is whatever that connection is to the past that's keeping you kind of handcuffed to an old narrative, an old you. Your hard work will pay off. So that's something of it, and it takes a lot to be able to self-reflect and to be able to see, okay, where are the points where I'm sticking? What energy is maybe not mine in my current lifetime? And really being able to say, okay, what lessons, what are these lessons? And it takes a lot of hard work. Like, healing and soul work is exhausting. And I know you get to a point where it's just like, I just want to be done. I just want to go sit on a beach somewhere, or maybe it's like go float around a lake or go hiking, whatever your thing is. And I just want to be able to relax. I just want to take a break from this healing. And your hard work is going to be paying off. So you're going to get to that place where you're feeling better. You're going to get to that, Ten of Swords in reverse, like where you've moved on and you've learned the lesson, you've turned the corner, and you're moving up and not having to keep trudging through the thick mud. Lakshmi, bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. And what really stood out is, I don't know if you can see it very well, but her pink right there on her lei or her necklace or whatever that is. So your hard work's going to pay off. Things won't be as hard. Like, stop worrying as much about the future and be focused on the present. Be focused on keeping that even keel, that calm demeanor, and not letting yourself get too high, not letting yourself get too low, and everything will come together for you. All right, now we are on to our fire signs. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's see what wants to come through for you. Judgment. So it's a little bit of that like crossroads and that rebirthing. You're coming up towards the end of the cycle of something. So this is your 20 card. There's, 21 is the world, which is the completion. So with the Judgment card, this is kind of that sense of awakening or rebirth. Like, I usually equate it to you're taking the test at the end of the course to see, did you pass it? Did you learn your lessons? Are you moving on? And like I've said before, it's not enough to just acknowledge what the lesson is. You have to incorporate it. So the other day I used an example. If you, say you had a heart attack and you're looking at it that, your diet is not good, that you're eating, really, I'll call it bad fast food, like all the time, 5 Big Macs a week, and you're not exercising, you're not doing any of that, and you have a heart attack. It's not enough to say, oh, that's why. I mean, that's an important first step to identify why, or, maybe this is why I'm having issues. But you have to change the behavior. So you have to change those lifestyle things. You have to start exercising more. You have to start making healthier food choices. So, it's kind of like that with the Judgment card is, yes, an important first step is acknowledging what is the lesson. The more critical part, though, is incorporating that into your everyday life, incorporating that into your beliefs, and using that to move yourself to higher timelines, to make decisions that better align you with your mission and with your soul path. All right. And then we have surrender to the divine, full moon. So our full moon is coming up on the 25th, and that's when the eclipse is going to happen. So it'll go full moon, then new moon, then back to full moon, all at the same time. So some of it is surrendering to the divine and understanding that you can't control everything, and some things just need to play out in certain ways, and trusting that this is all happening for your better good. Even if you don't like what the lesson is, respecting the fact that that's part of your journey. So you don't have to like every single experience that you have or every single character that comes across your path, but respect the fact that they come across your path in order to teach you something, in order to help you grow. Like everything that you come across in this lifetime is to help you grow. All right. If not now, when? So this is kind of that idea of, if something needs to change. So for one, it's the surrendering to the divine to do that now. But if there's changes that need to be made and you've been resisting some of these changes, then, if you're not going to do it now, when are you going to do it? There's never a perfect time to do some things. They just have to be done. And it just, you muster up the courage and you do it. So that's kind of the whole thing of don't stall too long if you have a big decision to make. Okay. The card that jumped here is Abundancia, prosperity. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So the universe is trying to push you to a place of abundance. Since that one jumped, I'll pull another one as well. And we also have Dana, High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. And so this is, you're trying to be pushed into a better, or I'll say to a timeline that's more aligned with your life purpose and your mission here, and just in better alignment with your soul and your vibration. So you're trying to be pushed in that direction, and blessings are trying to come in. And if you've been holding on because there's some lesson that you don't want to learn, or you've been holding on to an old narrative, this is the universe saying, okay, it's time to let those old narratives go, because there's good things that are trying to come in for you. There's things that are, spiritually uplifting for you that are trying to come in for you, and some of these great experiences, but you have to let go of the other stuff first. So surrender to the divine, let things go the way that they're supposed to go, and then, let that lesson play out. So I hope that you found today's message to be helpful, but as always, take only what resonates. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's going to be the readings for the second half of March posting here within the next day or so. So make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell to be alerted as to when those are coming out. Otherwise, I wish you peace and joy along your journey. Until next time.